OzHarvest is the biggest supplier of rescued food in Australia, and during the last 20 years, they've delivered more than 225 million meals to hungry Aussies. It all started back in 2004, when Ronni Kahn came up with the idea of rescuing fresh food that was destined for landfill, and she's been making a meal of it ever since. Every day, the iconic yellow OzHarvest vans set off on their journeys to collect and distribute donated food from their Sydney base here in Alexandria. Ronni, the sounds of your wearable art precede you. Look at you, adorned.
It is such a joy to see you here today.
Look, what motivated you to start OzHarvest?
You know, I saw food waste in my business and one day decided to do something about it, not even imagining that this is what would come out of it.
Did you realise at that time the scale of waste in Australia?
I didn't realise the scale of waste. I didn't realise that food waste feeds climate change. I thought I'd start a social organisation, but very soon I realised it was also an environmental organisation. So Costa, we are wasting in this country 7.6 million tonnes of food a year. And here at OzHarvest, we are rescuing 250 tonnes a week, which is the equivalent of 2 blue whales, if you just want to imagine quantity.
7.6 million tonnes of food waste in Australia. How is that figure broken down?
So the fascinating thing is, a third comes from farmers, a third comes from industry, and a third is because of us in our households. So we have a huge role to play.
Now, I've been wandering around and there's all sorts of materials here. There's stuff on the floor, there's stuff in the cool room. Where's it all coming from?
So we collect from everywhere in the food supply chain, from supermarkets, from farmers, from manufacturers. Wherever food is served, produced, we are able to collect it and we deliver that out to over 2,000 charitable organizations. But that's not all that we do. So our education arm is hugely important. We have a program called Feast that goes into primary schools and high schools. And we have a beautiful program that goes out into the community. And that's our Cooking for a Cause. It's team building. It is to learn about not wasting food. It is to learn cooking skills. Why don't I show you what Cooking for a Cause is all about? Come to the kitchen with me.
I'd love to see it. Ronni, I feel my big Greek nose is leading me to the promised land here. Oh, it smells so good.
Okay, so this is dignity and respect in a container, because I would want to eat this tagine. Isn't it just exquisite? Well done, guys. Yeah. This is going to go out to feed vulnerable people later. And they'll get a tiny taste, just a tiny taste. But the bulk of the work that they've done, everything you've learned today is in this dish and going out to feed people. Yeah. But it's Mark's creativity, because it is about receiving stuff and then having to turn it into this beautiful produce, you know, this beautiful meal.
This is what I like to do, is have people like these in the kitchen on a daily basis, teaching them little kind of tips and tricks about food waste and giving them new skills in the kitchen as well.
Lucinda, what have you experienced being part of Cooking for a Cause?
Well, I'm amazed that all this food was donated, for one thing, and that we could turn it into such a delicious looking meal. Learned some fabulous skills from Chef Mark, and I hope our team are really happy with what we've done too, and the people at the end of the line enjoy the food.
And guys, I'd love to know what skills you learned today in this Cooking for a Cause class.
Learnt how to hold a knife properly. Great. 3 fingers, no finger on top.
Ah,
yes, and how to
phenomenal.
keep the knife on the board whilst cutting.
and how to use every single centimetre, millimetre of every single piece of food that's put in front of us. And my husband's going to learn that skill too when I go home.
Love it. Love it. So Costa, you've seen our kitchen.
Yeah.
Now I want to take you to see our kitchen garden where a lot of the produce comes from.
Now you're talking. So what's the story behind this little green space here?
It's just divine. I've just noticed a pineapple. We grow our produce here. We've got a variety of herbs. We've got some rocket. We've got tomatoes. I see some beautiful eggplants. We've got pomegranates growing. And the produce goes into our kitchens, and it's completely looked after by volunteers. This is a volunteer project.
I'm Ruth. I'm one of the volunteers in the garden. I'm called one of the team leaders because I've had some experience in gardening. Because it's an industrial site, we had to have raised gardens, but it's been a case of experimenting with what will grow here, with the limits we have with sunshine, water, and being stuck in the middle of an industrial estate.
I'm Edgar. I'm one of the team leaders here at OzHarvest Community Garden. We have a range of fruit trees that have been around for a number of years, so they produce quite a lot of lemons and limes and figs also around here that we can take into the kitchen. We also try to grow things that have multiple purposes. So like the fennel, for example, we can get the bulb, we can use the fronds and the pollen and even the seeds. So we grow a whole range of things that have multiple purposes.
We grow as many herbs as we can because they're not likely to get fresh herbs from the supermarkets or they're past their use-by date. So we try to grow things that are unusual and complementary to what they can cook in the kitchen. You can see we've got rosemary, perpetual basil, and we've got a big parsley bed.
Looking back now, has it surprised you how OzHarvest has mushroomed to be what it is today?
You know, I'm actually in awe of what it has become. My intention was stop food waste, do that for a little bit till I'd solved the problem. I didn't realize the scale of the problem, and I look around and see all of our programs and our masses of volunteers and a staff now of over 300 people. It blows my mind, but the truth is the need is there, and all we are here to do is service and have the greatest impact we can. And I think if I have one message, it's just every single one of us can play and must play our part.